Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anim Klesha. So, every one of us here saw the season 1 of the No Game No Life, and in this video we will be continuing the story from where season 1 left out after the game with the Miko of the Eastern Union. In the coin toss game, Sora won it. Not exactly won it. They draw. He drew the match through, illegal way. It was practically a cheating, but since it was good for both sides, Miko agreed to his conditions. So after that point, he explained the use of the else he did, with all the sharing of the information and the fugals which were marching in there. So he explained all the situations as we watched in the anime, and now we are gonna continue. Okay, is it over? Shall end it here? Okay, Sora said anxiously, and Steph replied, "But what? Why do you have a look of restlessness?" This sentence detonated the bomb. Huh? Isn't that obvious? Because of this troublesome thing I had to do. Sora revealed his true thoughts. I did this so that I could touch Kimono no Miss. I already reached my limits. Already. Miko-san. He? What? Let me start by touching you. Let me touch. Sora and Shiro used the light emitting eyes to look at Miko, but Miko gave a beautiful smile in response. As long as I give my consent and there is no harm, you can go ahead. I jump. What? If you had known it earlier, you should have added it with the right of touch condition into your coin toss. For now, if you wanna touch me, then you must fight me in one more time. Miko smiled while sitting on cross-legged on the rock, causing Sora to ask anxiously, Jibril, what's the time now? Around 8 p.m. at night. Can't. There won't be any time to challenge Miko to another game. Damn, can't help it. We will make do with the Kinonomi's on the street. Shiro. Golden Fox Rub. Shiro stretched her hands out, unable to leave Miko. Sora had to pull her away. Relax, Shiro. We won't give up. We will definitely come back for the federal affairs. No, to decide the important things. Miko-san, you better keep that neck, ears and tails of yours clean before we come back. Sora announced while pointing at Miko. Shiro agreed to Sora's words. Shiro's eyes had a sharp glint, following Sora's forefinger. Prepare. Definitely. Touch here. After that, Sora picked Shiro and bolted out, briefly leaving some words behind. Hush, Steph. Before we satisfy ourselves and return, we will leave the country affairs to you. Hey? Sora hurriedly exclaimed and left abruptly. Jibril didn't hesitate to follow him, causing Steph to chase after Sora panickingly. Hey, you're lying, right? This is a joke, right? I'm already tired of handling all the country affairs, and now there is another federal state affairs. Are you really going to throw all the work to me? Oi! Then, like a storm, silence enveloped the garden. Izuna kept glancing at the Sora and Shiro's gradually fading figures, while the silence covering the garden and the Miko whose calmness was restored, a ringing sound resounded forward. Hasuna Izuna. Yeah, yes. What this? Izuna, what did I say? Since both parties have accepted the conditions, your rights are also free. Yes, the guarantee to wear beast rights. Since Sora agreed to the request, both of them didn't belong to Elkia anymore. But, as a sole representative of the Were Beast, I order you as Miko to follow those people. Roger Das. After Miko finished her words, Izuna immediately left her, using her fastest speed to chase after Sora. On the other hand, Hino thought if they were spies, Go ahead and learn from those interesting people. Learn the methods of the week, and then Miko smiled happily from the bottom of her heart and said, "Don't ever let those siblings become our enemy." As declared by Sora, they would come back a few days later to settle the federation. Undoubtedly, they would use that time to use a game to challenge and obtain the alliance rights. And undoubtedly, she would lose. Having those kind of thoughts caused Miko to laugh bitterly. This is the first time I thank my opponent. Perhaps they really might. Her expression showed that in her lifetime she had never been this happy. With her heart jumping from joy, she looked at the figure of Sora and the company with expectant eyes before saying, "Defeat the god." Meaning, sorry, meaning she's saying like they might actually defeat the god. You know, if you saw the season 1, they actually said that if you acquire all the rest pieces, you can challenge the god. So that's what the reference is here. To Sora and Shiro, this was the road that had a sense of nostalgia and an antique kind of feel. Red neon lights shone on the streets. Sora-san, "Ha, old man, are you trying to interfere with our road of touch?" Slower than Izuna by one step, Ino caught up and immediately found them touching girls, stunning him speechless. "Your actions are really frightening. I suppose you sought consent, right?" Huh. I don't know why, but when Izuna said out their stalking skills are super good, they instantly allowed us to touch. Why is that so? Seeing those kimononomes letting out fua sounds, Ino thought, I know the reason. Because in the past, there was literally no one who could satisfy Izuna with their stalking techniques. In the Eastern Embassy, Izuna actually said it was comfortable. No, I'm worried about something. Telling them that kind of thing would discourage him. So, switched back to the original question. Okay. Cut it short. We are in a hurry. With his hands still unwavering, Sora replied, "If Miko-san didn't agree to the challenge, what would you do?" That was the only question that was still unresolved in Ino's heart. Even when she was cornered, Miko would easily take on the initiative herself, which Ino thought was unacceptable. Go ahead and learn the method of the week. Miko's word flashed past his mind. Ino finally saw it. The method to ensure no one dies, Sora told Izuna. But seeing how Sora prepared to that kind of extent, Ino couldn't help but doubt. Unfortunately, he couldn't fully comprehend the true meaning behind Sora's actions. But Sora casually answered his question. Until then, I just have to use the final harassment method I have prepared. That is, I just have to tell Elvenheim and the Elven Guard the details of the game. Hearing these words, Ino's face frozen. I'll use the Kurami for Elven Guard and Jibril for Elvenheim. Let them do the mutual snatching, which would definitely cause severe harm to the Eastern Union. So I wouldn't want to do it. And he continues this speaking, because I have predicted that staff everything with the shutdown with the Miko. Indeed, if the assumption that Sora was from Elven Guard that Miko pointed out was true, then it would truly be the worst case for the Eastern Union. Before that, if she couldn't get back the territories, then it would really be cornered. I'll say, Gramps, do you know what the checkmate means? Checkmate and check are different. It means certain death. Then he started smiling. From the very first day I saw you, didn't I say whatever you guys do would be useless? Started recalling that day when Sora batted up the humanity's peace. Checkmate, huh? Yes, everything. Everything was over starting from that day. Miko-sama, you want me to believe in this man? Indeed, this man gave a favorable benefit to the Dervish. However, he did this so easily and so beautifully. Wouldn't that mean that he could betray us? that easily too? Eno started having those kind of thoughts, those kind of doubts, but Sora suddenly had a serious expression. He said while stroking the rabbit eared girl, "Okay, although I am reluctant, we have to find a place to stay." Bye, rabbit eared. The rabbit eared girl had such a sad expression as she left. "Okay, Izuna-chan, is there a place we can stay for the night?" "My house would do this." "Overnight event, here we come." "There must surely be the games at Izuna's house." "Of course there is, right?" "Of course, Dash. We'll have a showdown, Dash." "Of course, we'll play until the morning and we'll go to roam the streets again." Izuna-chan, does your country also have electronic games? Unless they even have adult. "Me? What? It wouldn't be a problem if I secretly played it, right?" From the distance, Eno and Jibril looked at the three conversing people. "Hi, I finally caught up. You two. Why are the kings not in their country?" Obviously, the first to chase and yet abandoned by everyone was Steph. She was breathlessly caught up, but Sora. "Jibril, bring Steph back to Alkia and then come back." "Yes, sir." Jibril gently held on to Steph's shoulder, believing that she was too powerless to resist. Steph felt. Bring games over there too. It would be hard on Steph alone. This caused Eno to be livid with anger. "Well, you have to make me listen to those unpleasant sound again?" "That's not the problem." "Oi, you're lying, right?" "Joking." "Okay then, please let me take you to Alkia King's city, okay?" Leaving those words behind, a surge of wind was created due to their disappearance. Finally, sighing, Sora seemed to be really tired. "A little break should be okay." Nods. "Okay," Sora cheerfully said. "Then we'll temporarily stay in the kingdom of Anonymous." Steph and Eno, who got abandoned at Alkia King's city. There were so many things to think about that Steph doesn't want to think anymore. Sora's words suddenly appeared. "No one would die. This is just a game after all." Steph previously thought that Sora was insane for saying those words, but after reflecting, she thought. He said he wanted to conquer this world. He said that we did something wrong. From the Eastern Union, it was obvious that no one received any harm. Unless he really wanted to conquer this world without any bloodshed. Let the whole of Exceed to coexist and challenge God. The 10th of the 10 Oath. Everyone should have fun while playing. That bonehead. No, that commanding man. Next time I see him, he better be careful. Holding down his ears while rolling on the ground, Eno said. Upon seeing him, Steph whispered, "You will get used to it soon." That sentence brought back a lot of memories. Eno then replied to Steph, "We must work hard, Stephanie-san." "Yeah, we have to endure this, Enoji-san." Now this place was quietly. A fraternity between Sora's victims gradually formed. Okay guys, so this is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to comment what you thought, how was everything else in the chapter. If you enjoyed or whatever you felt like, just write it down in the comment section, and see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll try to upload often, but translation, as I am uploading videos in Hindi as well, so it might take a bit more time because I'll be uploading English and Hindi simultaneously, so there will be a gap. I need a time to translate as well. Okay, thank you guys.